Steve Jobs says it's the people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world
Yeah.
are the ones that usually do.
Yeah.
If you're looking for business mentorship, I have a place where you can get feedback on your unique personal development and business growth challenges. Over the last year, I brought together a group of impact-driven thought leaders where we meet every single day to discuss psychology, communication, mindset, and business case studies. We have people who have made millions of dollars, lost millions of dollars, Harvard MBAs, and new entrepreneurs like you and I. Entrepreneurship can be lonely, so if you're looking for a support system, please follow the link in the description below for some more information.
Panamanian, in Panama, we have a lot of innovative business here. Yeah. And it's growing really fast. It's like 97% of the companies here are SMEs.
What is SMEs? I heard you say that before.
Small and medium companies.
Oh, okay.
Enterprises.
Gotcha.
Small and medium enterprises, SMEs. Yeah.
What was your business again? I heard you explaining it to Jose.
I do blooming. I make business bloom. I integrate impact inside the business model, like impact, social impact, environmental impact. So they become a new business, like a social one. And we work with mostly SMEs. I believe like business is not done in the right way, like extractive. We want to regenerate how business is done. So that's what we do. There's a lot of development right now in social companies, social entrepreneurs. There are a lot of, just emerging, but we create them. We work with others, like they have their business model, they're doing fine, they're already, making a living from it, but they want to do something better. Maybe they do some philanthropics, maybe they donate, maybe they try, maybe they educate, but we connect them with the real country goals and we make them bloom and they bloom.
You said before that many businesses aren't doing business the correct way. What are they doing improperly?
Well, extractive. It's like if you see how the world is right now, we have climate change problems and we have social problems. And it's like really everywhere you see in the society something like, oh, we need to fix this or we need to fix that. And well, it's the same. In business, if you're just looking for yourself, like believing that there is not enough for others, in the competition, you will kill other business. And I think you can thrive together, like the environment, there's abundance, but you need to work like an ecosystem, like connecting, and there's space for everyone. So that is what I think that is not doing right. Like big enterprises, they have like the social responsibility departments, and that is like an accessory. Like they put it on or off when they need it, and if they need to cut, something, that is the first thing they're gonna cut off the budget, that department, and it's very much for the picture and for the how I look good and to sell more, and without really thinking in how can I be positive for the world or for the society or for the environment, for the within. And that is what is going on. And that is nobody's fault. I don't think it's like I need to point anyone. It's just like we grow, like the industrial sector and everything grow. Like we believed like the world was like endless and the resources and everything was endless, and it's not. So we made it like that. We didn't knew at that moment. We were just trying, to be better after the wars and, like the industrial just racing, and then everything happened, global warming and climate change, and now things with poverty and And everybody's trying to do something, and the governments are trying to do something, the scientists are trying to do something, the business are trying to do something with some resources, but nothing is connected, and the things are not sustainable. They're like, you cannot, if the government change, maybe you have a new president that says, oh, that's not true. Oh, I'm going to do it in different ways. So something and business are lasting more than governments, more than human life. So if business like put inside in their DNA the really like the purpose to be good for the humanity and for the environment and do business and make money. It's not philanthropics. It's just like you can make money with that. But also you can make money with alliance and working all together. The way we do business will change, and maybe the world will change for the good. I'm a dreamer, but it works. I done it.
What does that look like in actuality? So like what impact are you having on a business? Are you doing like cause branding and changing the business's messaging, or it's more on the ground like action and business model?
I had today a long day talking with a communication agency about that, about what I do. Because they were saying, like, you're a consultancy company. I'm like, I'm not a consultancy company because I work from the within of the business. And I don't say anything to the business. I just make them look what they can do connecting to the country goals and without limits. Like if you work with the SMEs, a small and medium enterprise, they think, well, this is what I do. I don't have resources. I need to survive. I need to pay my, my providers, and they're struggling. But maybe when they do this work with me, they see what the impact can be done. So we empower them, and they get to see them in the future impacting in positive to different things. It depends on the business. It's not like I work just for the environment. Maybe something social, maybe something with the packaging, maybe something with science. I don't know. It depends. But they get to understand what is that, and they integrate it with alliance and maybe with a plan of growth, but like really structured. And they do the work plan for the future. And after you make it like that, like step 1, step 2, and this is the activities you're going to do, and this is the alliance you're going to have to do, and this is like, it's really easy to raise the funding. I raised already almost $500,000 for some business here in Panama just with that. Just make them see what they can achieve, and making the really good business plan and work flow, that what is the way, and they then get the investment or the grants. And right now in the world, there's a new way of investment. It's like impact. We have impact investors right now. Impact investors are the ones that are looking for social or environmental impact numbers, KPIs, but also they're looking for revenue, and that's good. I want the companies to have a good revenue. I also want to make money myself. So these investors have their heart bigger, just at making money. So they want to see how the investment is going to make the impact grow, and how the investment is going to make the company grow. So if they have these two together, we do it with the Bloom Innova program. It's called Bloom Accelerate. They raise the money from the investors or grants or different sources, even a loan from the bank. Yeah.
To date, what is the biggest success story that you've had with a client?
Oh my God, I have some. the first company which when I work, they were a company that they do furniture from recycling from plastic. They do really nice furniture, but beautiful one, and from HDPE plastic. Okay, and they were trying to raise to fund to have it was a grant here in Panama, and for eco-innovative companies, and that was the first time when I saw like, okay, there's something that is missing here, because I saw like this company working with circular economy and working with solutions for the environment and not receiving the funding. And I was like surprised, because I said, why nobody's helping you? Because you're doing amazing, and your furniture is amazing, and you're selling and you're growing like 50% each year. It's like, why nobody is like, helping you? And I saw like they didn't know how to connect what the country wanted that they were doing, but they didn't know how to say it, to connect with the goal. And we just help them and make them do an alliance with the university to, to make students understand about circular economy or recycling or, in business. And after that, just a couple of little things, they got the grant. That was the first time. And I was like, okay, this is amazing. We need to help more business or more small and medium companies. And I was frustrated because I came from the NGO sector. So it's almost a decade working with the NGOs, environmental NGOs. And I know everything about, the government and the goals and how to fundraise and everything. And I was like working with huge enterprises that they were just using sometimes the NGO to greenwash. Like, let's do a beach cleanup, and then they want the NGO to give them discount. And I'm talking about huge enterprises, like a beach cleanup at $2,000, like, please give me a discount, please, can you do? And I was like frustrated, like, my God, you are polluting the environment so much, and you're asking for a discount for a beach cleanup for an NGO. And we were giving the discount because the NGO needed money, and it's like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then with that frustration, I found like there are other companies that are working differently, and they have good solutions, but nobody's helping them. So I'm going to help them. So that was the first one. And then I worked with another company. It's from the tech sector. They do these amazing computers using rubbish. and they were doing like huge computers. And they were asking for, again, funding. And there are funds in Panama for that, and they were not receiving the funding. They worked with me, and I was like, okay, let's see what the country wants. And they were, circular economy and recycling. I was like, no, there's something else, and I'm sure because this is tech. And everyone wants to work in tech right now. So let's search. And we found that Panama wanted to develop the semiconductors industry. And I was like, okay, this is what the country wants. They want to develop semiconductors industry, and you are working with that. So what can you do? And they say like, okay, in Panama, nobody's like working with microchips and that. Let's do a lab for that, and that will help me a lot because I can repair more than the one that I'm repairing right now, and I'm getting the funding. We do the work plan for that, and they got the funds, and now this little company, my God, they're growing. The first one that I talked, they made their production grow by 9, just just with one funding. And this other company is now thinking about doing these microchips in the country and developing a brand of new computers, Panamanian ones, and they're like, their minds. And like that, I have more companies that we bloom. That's what I say. We do blooming. It's like they keep doing business, but then their flowers go through the ears and they bloom. Yeah, it's like now you connect with what the country wants, and you develop how you say? You develop research, you develop research, and also you go innovative, and you also connect with the environment or social, and that's what we do.
What does the government want in Panama?
Every government. We have the global development goals. Everyone is the United Nations goals. So all the governments have different plans connected to these goals. So right now, the government in this moment, they want to make the small and medium enterprises grow. They want to develop economics, and they're looking to that sector. They're doing fine. I think we need to be more strategic, because if we make these companies grow, but with something good for the society, not just them grow, it's going to be more impact. Right now, we have $1 million from the Inter-American Development Bank in some national banks here for the small and medium enterprises, because banking, they look at them like really risky business. Yeah, like the venture capitals, there is risk capital. So the government is like doing things like to help the small and medium enterprises to get loans and a good interest rates, and that is what they want right now. I think we can do it better. And there are companies like me. I'm really innovative. Like I say, people always ask me like, what do you do? Are you a consultancy? I'm like, I'm not a consultancy. I just make business bloom from the inside. So I can say like I'm a platform from regenerative business models. So right now, that is what the government wants. We can do it better with the strategic thinking. And also, there are different goals for the environment. Panama is more for the climate change. And climate change that is impacting a lot of the country, because we have a lot of sea coast. Everything is a coast here, so the sea level is rising. So a lot of the island are going to be underwater in the next 10 years or 20 years. So there's a lot of people living there, indigenous people, and we have a lot of work to do in that area. So we also have problems, challenges with water, and to maintain the water levels in the Panama Canal, and also with the forest and the biodiversity in Panama that is amazing. It's one of the best in the world. And with the social and with the education. So there's a space for everyone. I believe I can make any company bloom. It's like everyone has something good to give to the world. Like everyone. It's something natural from the humanity. We all want to make the world better, but we don't know how to do it. We think like the government is the one that has to do it, and we just, keep living the life and maybe complaining about things. But maybe we can be the social and the world changers about, the things that we don't like that much. And
It's more efficient to do it in the private sector than in the public sector, right?
My God, so much, very much, and it's also you can make money with that. The new generations are looking for that kind of business. Everybody is looking for that kind of business. And if you measure what is your impact and you communicate it well, that is amazing for your business, you know? You just like,
Interesting.
yeah, nobody measure and people just, they don't realize sometimes what they do. I was talking with a ed tech company that is helping me to, right now we're working together because I'm going all digital right now. And I said like, okay, you have a huge impact because you're educating. And they were like, no, but I charge for that. And I was like, so what? You are a business, you have to charge for that, but you are educating. So you are making education more available for everyone. So you have to measure that. And maybe with your education that is going through tech, you can measure some things from the livelihoods of the students. And maybe that information is good for the government to make good decisions about the rules or what the goals that they're going to have in the future. So you have access to people, you educate them. Maybe you can do a little survey and ask about the livelihood, whatever, and that information is going to be good for the decision makers of the country. So we can connect that. Maybe we have a university in the middle, like they're searching about that, or someone doing the research about that information. We just need to know what they're looking for and connect that. It's just like myceliums from the fungi world. Like they connect and they communicate and they grow and they regenerate the ecosystem. Also, the neurons, they do connections and they regenerate. It's the same. It's not different, like the ecosystem in the business model. But right now, it's like, okay, we need to just make this go away and just be me in the monopoly and everything is for me. It's not like that. You don't need that. And that is what, yeah.
I think that like what happens, I think that most people rationally, if they have an ethical option to make money and an unethical option to make the same amount of money, most people would choose that ethical option.
Yeah.
But when your top priority as a company is maximizing revenue, a lot of times that unethical option becomes the ethics is secondary to the revenue, and that unethical option becomes more fiscally, has a bigger fiscal reward in the short term. So that gets picked. And I think that it becomes the responsibility of a company like yourself to present that long-term case study to say, it's counterproductive to make that unethical decision. Because it's going to cost you. Because if their top priority is the finances, it's just building that case that over time, this is going to pay off dividends more. And I agree with that. I think it's, when you do the right thing, like that's when you get the biggest return on investment.
Yeah.
But it's a difficult case to make to some people because they only see in the short term.
Yeah, if you see in the short term, sometimes you cannot see the whole picture and how you're impacting very bad to other people's life. And I don't know, I disagree a little because the small and medium enterprises, that's my clients mostly, they usually choose the ethical one, even if it's longer term, just because there's funding for that. That's the hook. There is funding for people that is doing the right thing. It's funding from the multilateral banks, funding from investors.
There's an
funding
incentive to do the right thing.
Yeah, that's an incentive. Because I know that if there's not incentive, it's maybe, maybe this way is I have to think a little bit more, and maybe that's the government, responsibility is not mine. But when they know they have an incentive, they go for it. Because small companies, they're looking for money. They need money. I do too. So when you connect that, and when you measure, and when you have the good work plan and everything, the funding comes. It will come. There's a lot of funding everywhere for that. And that's the hook. The next part, when they start doing it, when they start like realizing and they put it inside their DNA, they bloom. They go like, wow, Grecia, now I believe I have a different company. Now I feel like the first day. That's why one client say like, my company has been going on for 5 or 6 years something, and I'm doing fine. I'm already expanding my business to other countries. I'm doing fine. But I was losing that spark. And now I have the spark again. I see what I can do for the world, and the new, goals, and everything is like making me with purpose. And I believe the most important thing in a business is purpose. And making money is good, but it's not the purpose, because you're going to make money. Everyone is going to make money. And after you make money, what? What are you going to do? What is the next? So there's something like empty inside. And that is what is happening in the world. Everybody wants to make money, and it's good. But after you have the money, let's do more money and more money and more, and extractive, and without purpose, without, connecting to a huge, goal beyond you, for the society, for the humanity. And that makes you bloom. Like, yeah, the business change. So that is what happened after they do the process, they do the program. And it's a program right now. I'm becoming, as I say, digital. I'm doing everything at this moment in a synchronic way, like with group of enterprises, working with 10 enterprises right now, and then 10, and changing groups. But I need to scale because this, for Latin America, that's the same problem everywhere. Small and medium enterprises needs funding. So we need to scale, and we need to make the good business to, go to the next level. And the very, very good, they need to go to the big next level, because I believe that is where the world is going to, they're going to be the mature business in the future, like the grown-ups in the future. And for the big ones, after, what I believe, after they see what the little ones are growing and how they're evolving and everything, maybe you say, okay, maybe I need to change something more, like more than the social responsibility department, more than the philanthropics. And a lot of big companies, they're also like connecting funding for the little companies. Like maybe they want to innovate in tech, and they do a call for small and medium enterprises for a solution in tech for whatever they need. And that is also a way of, of making the everything go together for the same goals, and not just fighting each other and competing, and thinking there's not enough for everyone.
What's the biggest limitation you encounter when trying to perpetuate your vision?
People don't understand me. They don't get it. um, yeah, the biggest one. Well, today I was like talking with a. I be I've been talking with a few communication companies for the communication strategy for my company, and they don't get it. So it's like, okay, I have to do it all. I cannot do it because I'm busy, like making things happen. And I found this new company today, and they work with the development sector and the NGOs. And I say, okay, these ones are the ones. And I was really like hopeful, like full of faith that they were gonna help me, and maybe they will. But they were like trying to convince me that I was a consultancy company, and it was like, no, no, no. You can do, a communication line about how Bloom Innova is not a consultancy company, and you can develop in that way, because I believe consultancy companies they work with you, like they look at you and they say, okay, let's look at you how you are in the outside, and you want to change. Maybe you need to change your shirt, and you need to change your studies, and you need to change, but from the outside, and you still you. And then they give you like, this is your test, this is your grades, and that's it, and goodbye. And there's like $50,000 for that.
It's like an audit.
Yeah. And we don't do that. And we don't say what you have to do. You say it. You find that in you. And that is what empower you, because I don't do the work for you. I help you find that. And we use a lot of AI for that, because thanks to the AI, right now we can see beyond limits. Everyone thinks like, I end here because it's too hard to go to the next level. And then we find like we can do a little search in the AI, and we can chat a little. And then we see, oh, there's options for me. And yeah. The challenging thing for Bloom is to people to understand us, people to not to put us in a box, that this is what they do. As some other people think, like we change business, like everything. Like you have a furniture company, and we make you be, I don't know, like a school. We don't do that. And that happens when you have something very destructive and that is different. Just imagine what someone like invented the computers. Like nobody saw the importance for that. And maybe people say like, why should I need these girls, this crazy, I'm an engineer, this crazy engineer to say and to make my business bloom? I'm fine like this. I can do whatever. And I believe it's because it's disruptive. It's very dreamy. But yeah, if we don't have dreams, like there were no planes here or computers or AI or anything.
For sure. I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs says it's the people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world
Yeah.
are the ones that usually do.
Yeah. And I am.
What is your biggest motivator outside of financial gain?
My biggest motivator is the goal. I want to change the world. I want to change how business is done. I want to make business regenerative, not more extractive. That's enough. I believe there's abundance. There's not scarcity. I believe there is enough. I believe we are an ecosystem. I believe that when business bloom from the inside, even the people that works in the business, they bloom themselves. They see their own like power. And I believe that that's an amazing way to make a good society. And yeah, I have two girls. I'm a mom. and I want a better world for them. And how the way things are going right now, I don't see it. We need to change a lot. So yeah, it's not like everybody is going to be philanthropic, or we're going to all going to live in the not to in the fields, and we're going to grow our food. And it's not like that. We still have cities, and we have tech, and that is good. We have people to grow our food, and we have also people that develop furniture and tech and everything. So I think there's a space, just with little changes in the way that we work right now. It's not that hard,
Yeah.
actually. It's not that hard. And we wanted to make it easy. It's like a democracy. We want to democratize, you say?
Democratize.
Democratize, yeah, hard word. We want to democratize that kind of assessment, that kind of transformation. Because right now, there's also people say, "Oh, you're like a B Corp, like what they certificate you are a B company." And I'm like, no, I don't do that, because they're like, do a certification of what you are. We need to be more inside in your DNA. And yeah, what moves me is a better world for my girls. And yeah, I also believe I have a contract with the earth. I love nature, and I love the environment. I found medicine in the forest, and when I need something, and I need to be clear on my mind, or I need I just go to the beach or to the forest. I live in this amazing country where it's always a good weather. So, but we need to conserve nature, because next generations, in the way that we are going, they're not going to have the nature that we have right now. Just remember when was the COVID, the pandemic. Everybody wanted to go out to nature. Everybody was inside their houses, and they were like, "Oh, I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the forest." I don't think people wanted to go, I don't know, to drive in a lot of traffic, or no, everybody wanted to, breathe fresh air, the sun. That's the nature in the humanity. And that is what moved me, is everything in that. And when Bloom was born, it was not like what we are doing right now. It was really different. But always the mission was the same. It's just after we are going, through the path. It's like the path is like, oh, this is the way. Oh, we need to work with impact. Oh, there's impact investment. Oh, we need to measure impact. Oh my God. And that is how we are. Now we have a huge accelerator from the US giving us a curriculum for the companies. Oh, and people are willing to help us. That is the most amazing thing. So yeah, and better world.
Yeah, it's a great mission that I align with wholeheartedly. My final question is, what would be the single piece of advice that you've learned through your own experience that you would pass down to maybe your two daughters?
To have a purpose. To have a purpose in life.
How do you find that purpose?
My God. I believe you find your purpose with what frustrates you.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. If something frustrates you and you are mad about something, like you are frustrated, you don't want things that go in this way, you don't complain. You do something about it. Think about that. That is what that is your purpose there. It's like yelling at you. And we all can be change makers, but we need to step a little bit out of the comfort zone, and we need to take a little risk and do something. And sometimes it's just to know what is your goal. Like, I want to impact in this way because I didn't like how huge companies were dealing with the NGOs. I was very frustrated. I was like, this is crazy. I cannot believe this. Like, no. And then I found this small company, and I was, okay, there is something here. And, everything
Played out.
Yeah, everything lights. And we all can find the purpose in the frustrations of day life.
We've had a lot of people on this podcast talk about how important it is to find your purpose, but I've asked a lot of times, how do you find your purpose? And it's a very difficult question to answer. And that's the first time that anyone's really given a true methodology, which is look at what you're frustrated by, which is pretty intuitive and it makes a lot of sense. So I think that's very valuable.
Thank you.
Where, if people want to connect with you or interested in your businesses and your service, your business and your services, where can they find you?
Bloominnova.com. Also bloom.innova in Instagram, and also in LinkedIn, Bloominnova. So bloom, like blooming, bloominnova.com. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you have a very inspiring mission, and I look forward to seeing your success.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I really, really, really want to success because I want to change the world.
I think you will.
Thank you.